I'm Mark Schofield from Inside the Pylon and the Bleacher Report NFL 1000 project. With the playoffs on tap, we're doing things a little different for the NFL 1000 project here in the postseason. I'm going to take a look at some schemes that you should be on the lookout for during each of the games, starting here on Wild Card Weekend. Wild Card Sunday kicks off with the Miami Dolphins making the trip north to take on the AFC North champions, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Miami weathered the loss of starting quarterback Ryan Tannehill and finished with a 10-6 record. Meanwhile, the Steelers secured their berth in the postseason with a thrilling victory over the Baltimore Ravens on Christmas night and finished their season 11-5. Starting with the Dolphins, we're going to look at some of their underneath passing concepts. Head coach Adam Gase likes to try and attack underneath against either man or zone coverages, giving his quarterback a quick, easy throw and relying on his receivers to create after the catch. Using schemes such as the mesh concept or the shallow cross, the Dolphins have enjoyed a great deal of success this season in the passing game. On the other side of the field, we all know how dangerous Antonio Brown can be, and the Steelers love to get him the football either attacking down the field or in the quick screen game. But a defense needs to be smart when facing the Pittsburgh screens, as the Steelers love to bait a defense down the field, down towards the line of scrimmage, and then take a shot deep. Let's start with the tape now. We're going to look at the Dolphins first. This play comes from Week 14 against the Arizona Cardinals. This is an example of the mesh concept. Mesh concept is sort of an air raid staple dating back to Lavelle Edwards in his days at BYU. Now Mike Leach, now at Washington State, loves to use this play. Coach Leach gave a great presentation, I think, 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago, at the Nike Coaching Clinic. You can find it. Go to Nike Coach of the Year Clinic. Find it on, you can Google that. He gave a great presentation on how to just practice this one play. And the basic component of the mesh concept is the two shallow crossing routes. As you can see in the play art, there's one from the tight end in black coming from right to left, and then the eventual receiver on this play, Landry, he's going to run the other component of the mesh concept. These routes cross right over the middle of the field, usually in that 5 to 6 yard range. It's a tough read for the quarterback because it happens in a close, compressed area over the middle of the field, down near the line of scrimmage, so it's tough to see, but you can build in some great route concepts off of this. You typically see, as we do here, a wheel route from the back coming out of the backfield. It's a very good play design. You can build in some different elements off of it. And what we're going to see is how the mesh creates traffic underneath. We're going to get man coverage here from the Arizona Cardinals, and it allows Landry to get a step on the defender on his shallow route, get him on his back hip, and make something happen after the catch. You see right there, in the middle of the field, we've got the mesh coming together. Landry's here. He's got that defender in man coverage on his back hip. And he makes the catch, and the defender's in pretty good position to make a tackle here. But he goes up high, and Landry just shakes him off. Evades another tackle attempt. Gets a block downfield from Stills right here. It's just enough. And takes it down inside the 5 yard line. Here's another look at it from the end zone tape. Another component here, we see pre-snap motion. That tells Tannehill it's going to be man coverage. So he takes it right to the mesh, reads it, puts it where it needs to be, and then it's all Landry breaking 2 tackles before getting downfield inside the 5 yard line. Great read from the quarterback, good ball placement on the throw, and great execution from the receiver. This next play comes to us from Week 15 against the Jets. This is the tosser concept. This is sort of a West Coast staple. If you ever watch the Patriots, they love this play. They run it to death. It's a dual slant route combination. The outside route, here in black, runs a deep 5-step slant route. The slant route from the slot, again from Landry, it's a quicker 3-step slant. What we're going to see here is another quick read. Ball comes out quickly. Good slant route from Landry. Takes it to the house. Catch the defense in man coverage, make a play. Looking at it again, watch the route from Landry. He's facing press coverage. Sometimes it's tough to run the slant here against press coverage because you got to get off that jam quickly. Doesn't get a jam, good jab step to the outside. Takes it the distance. Again, looking at it from the end zone angle, We get pre-snap motion. That tells Matt Moore, man coverage. Defender trails across the formation. Now he knows it's man coverage. Goes right to that slant. Makes it a quick, easy decision and read for the quarterback. A nice, easy throw. Moore puts it where it needs to be, and Landry does the rest. Now let's look at a play, Week 16 against Buffalo. This is the shallow cross concept. They go empty here. We've got the running back in this bunch here who runs the flat route. We get a deep curl, and then this deep crossing route. This time we get Devontae Parker on the underneath shallow, and we get a little backside slant. So it almost looks like tosser, but it's shallow cross because we get this route coming underneath across the formation. Buffalo's going to go zone here. They go basically cover 4, and now this allows Parker to get isolated here underneath against a linebacker. Right there. The other thing we're going to see, again, a high tackle attempt from this backside defender over here. You got to be able to take these receivers to the ground. Don't tackle them high. If you're the Pittsburgh Steelers secondary, one thing you have to focus on this week, if they're going to run these underneath passing concepts and try to create after the catch, you've got to be sure and wrap up. There's that quick crosser. Right there's another high tackle attempt, and Parker just runs through it and takes it the distance. Here it is again. Moore does a good job looking off to the outside before making that throw. There's the high tackle attempt. You got to be smart this week if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers and how you approach tackling these defenders, these receivers. Now we're going to look at the Steelers, and I mentioned at the outset, they love to get Brown involved in the quick screen game. They love doing it to all of their receivers, but especially Brown. This is kind of how their quick screen game looks. You've got Brown to the outside here. He's going to jab step up the field, come back towards the football. We're going to get Rodgers blocking here. We get James in the wing, the tight end blocking, and we get the center to release downfield as well. It's one of the staples of their passing game. Just get the ball to Brown in space. We get good blocks downfield, and he creates after the catch. So when you're facing that as a defense, you know you have to be somewhat aggressive. You have to fly to the football. You have to shed blockers because you're going to get guys coming downfield to block. Use your hands, get off blocks, shed blocks, and get to the football. The problem is you can't be overly aggressive. Here's another look at the screen. You see the center coming downfield. Blocks out there from Rodgers and James. Make a nice little hole for him. But the problem is you can't get overly aggressive because Pittsburgh loves to show you that screen all game long and then come to this design, which is a vertical route concept off of a fake screen. We're going to get Brown, shows you screen, and we get receivers Rodgers and James releasing down the field. You'll see the secondary players flow forward to the line of scrimmage here, and that opens up space down the field in the passing game. Rodgers shows a quick pump. You see we've got 2 defenders now down towards the line of scrimmage. And these receivers, you can just run right by them. We get one guy up the numbers. Rodgers more to the outside. There it is. You see James now has this guy beat. Rodgers is wide open. Roethlisberger has 2 easy wide open vertical routes to choose from. He takes the safer, shorter throw to James. Hits him right there. Big gain. See a quick little pump. Throw the seam route. Here's that same look, not against the Cowboys this time, but against the Giants from Week 13. Again, we get Kobe Hamilton now showing you the fake screen, and we've got Rodgers and the Darius Green. They're going to run these seam routes. Giants show cover 2, but they're going to roll to a cover 1 look. Landon Collins right here. He's responsible for Green. He commits too much on the screen action, and Green runs right by him. Comes down, Green goes right by him. Easy throw and catch for a touchdown. Again, we'll see a quick pump from Roethlisberger right there. Easy seam route, easy 6. And anytime a safety ends a play like that, you know there's been a mistake in the secondary. So those are some concepts that you can watch for Sunday when these teams meet. When the Dolphins have the football, look for them to attack underneath using route concepts such as the mesh concept, the tosser concept, or the shallow cross. For the Steelers defense, they need to be cognizant of how Miami likes to attack and get their receivers working after the catch. They need to do a good job of wrapping up, making sure they don't go high at these receivers, but go at the legs, get these guys to the ground. When the Steelers have the football, watch for that screen game. They're going to like to get the ball to Brown, working outside. They like to attack down the field with him as well. And they like to get him going, get him some early catches, some early touches with blockers in front of him. They'll do that. They'll show you the screen, and then they'll look for one of these plays deep where they show screen and have those blockers now release up the seams and give Roethlisberger some easy throws. I'm Mark Schofield from Inside the Pylon of the Bleacher Report NFL 1000 Project. Thanks for checking out this edition of Scouting with Schofield as we preview some of the wild card action. Enjoy the games, everybody.